My name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. Today we are going to make a snake game with the help of the Pygame library. So without moving further and explaining you about the whole concept of this program, I would like to show you the final output that we'll be getting after making this project. Right, so just click on this run here and let's start running the program. So this is the whole window that will appear, and here you are able to see this green one is the snake and this black one is actually the food for the snake. Now what will happen here, actually the thing that will actually take place here is that as soon as, like, let's say one food is eaten by the snake, so this snake will grow a little larger. Then as soon as the snake has eaten the second food, it will grow more larger, then more larger, like this it will just grow more and more larger. Let me show you how. And this is a program that will work with your keyboard keys. Okay, you are having on to the laptop or on your computer the keyboard keys which we have, which are page up, down, left and right. Okay, according to that it will actually work. Let me start showing you. So I just put on my forward one, and this green one is my food and this black one is my snake. Okay, so I'm just not too much good at playing this game. So see, as soon as I just ate the food, my snake is now growing larger. Are you able to see? And above you are able to see that my score is also increasing time by time as I am eating the food one by one. So from that place, actually my time is also my score is also increasing, right? And now you're able to see that my snake has become a little larger than the previous that we had like seen in the very starting. Right, so this is how actually it works. Now you're able to see that on the above side the food is actually, what I would just do, I would just eat it and come back, and now I just like close this program. Okay, so as soon as I just go here, it will say that you lost. Wanna play again? Press C, else press U. Now if you are going to press this cross button, it will not apply on this, because the functionality which I have applied onto this is when you press C onto your keyboard, then you will start replaying the game, and when you press Q onto your keyboard, it will basically quit your game. So I would just press capital Q, and here my game has been quitted. That is, I'm just again come back to my Python window. Right, this is the whole idea of the game that we are gonna make today. I hope that you like the game, and we even when you're just gonna make it, it will be more and more interesting for you. So let's get started with the things for now, and rest of the things and all the information I'll be giving you that in the video itself. So let's get started here. So the first thing that I need to do here is that I need to check out the libraries that I would be using. So let me mention the libraries that we are going to use here as Pygame. Pygame is the library, time is the module, and random is the module that we are going to use. So as soon as I'm going to use my Pygame library, so first of all, I just need to install that onto my device. Right, so I am here on my Pygame ID, so I'll just go onto this terminal, and here I'll be writing the command for the installation of my Pygame library. Okay, so that is here pip install, and I would just write here Pygame. Okay, but for me it is basically installed, so for me it will show that already installed. If you have not installed it till now, then basically for you it will install onto your device. Right, so for me it is showing requirement already satisfied. Now I would just close out this terminal, and I would just start importing my libraries. My first library is that Pygame. Okay, my second library that I need to import here is my time library. Okay, and my third library that I need to import here is my random library. So Pygame, time and random, these three are the modules. These are libraries that I am gonna use today in today's project. Right, now what next comes here is that first thing that comes here is that I need to make a screen for my game. Right, you were able to see a screen, right? So for that, what I would just do, if I just want to make some screen or something with the help of my Pygame library, so the very first thing that comes is that I need to initialize that Pygame library. Okay, I need to initialize it. So how to do that? So I simply write Pygame dot, and I would just write here init, and here it is. So this is how actually we initialize a library. Okay, that is done. I want to now give some length and breadth for my box that will appear. You will be able to see a box which came, right, when I showed you the example. So now I'm just going to give that variables and the values onto that variables. So I would just take here, let's say my variable is box underscore length. Okay, length would be, let's say, 900. Okay, and what about box underscore, and it would be height. So box underscore height, and let's say it would be 600. Like, I just taken some values randomly here. You can just also apply your values, whatever you just wish, and whatever size actually you just wish of the box. Right, here it is done. Now what I would be just doing here is that I would be declaring some colors here, some values for the colors, And why I am just doing that thing, because what I just want is that now simply I would not each and every place I would be writing that RGB color 0, 0, 255 or 255, 255, 0, something like this. I would not be writing that thing. I just take some variables and store some colors onto that, and that only I'll be using in my whole program, so as to make my code look easier, and we will able to basically write the code in an easy manner. Okay, so I would just start writing and start declaring my colors here. So I would just write color. Okay, so I would just write color underscore 1. So in this, basically I'm just gonna give value as 255 comma 255 comma 255. Now basically let me just quickly tell you that what is this color actually. So this color is actually the white color. Okay, white. Fine. I would even let you know about the colors also, that what I'm just taking here, what I'm declaring. Okay, this is done. After that, I would take color 2, and in that basically I'll be taking 255 comma 255 comma, and that would be 102, let's say. Okay, and now what is this color? This color is actually my yellow color. Okay, coming on to my color number 3, COLOUR, color number 3. Okay, now my color number 3 would be, I'd be giving you a black, so 0, 0, 0. This is actually my black color. Okay, black. Right? Now what I'm just doing is that I will be taking my color underscore 4. Okay, color 4. And that is basically, I'll be giving here some value like, let's say, 213, 200, 80. Right? Coming on to the next one, I'll be declaring my color underscore 5. That I will be again giving some value 0, let's say 255, 0, right? And this is actually my green color. That is actually my green color. Okay, and I'll be taking my color underscore 6 as well. So like this, and here okay, just 1 second. Fine. So instead of that, yeah, here I'll be writing 6, and that would be equal to the value, let's say 255, 0, 0. And this is actually one of my red colors. So I would just add on here red. Fine. So I just declared all of my colors whichever I'll be wanting into my program. Right, that is done. So till now we have just written this thing. Now what I just want some things to come onto the screen. Like we had seen that there was written, it was a snake game, right? And after that was written your total scores. So I just want to set a caption. Let's say I just want to add a caption to the screen that it is a snake game, right? So for that, basically now I'll be writing out the code. So I'll be writing here, let's say add underscore caption is the variable that I am making here. Okay, add underscore caption. And into that I'll be using the Pygame dot display dot set underscore mode. Okay, and I was just setting a mode. Now what mode? That I just need to give out the name of the variables in which I have stored the length and breadth of my box which I am making, because here this is basically what it is storing is that at what place, like in which box and what place where you just want that caption to come on. It's not the thing that anywhere in the whole screen would come. No, it's not the thing, right? We just give a particular place. So according to that, I'm just gonna give here the values, that is box underscore, and that is length, right? This was a variable that we had taken. Let's just go over and check out. Okay, this is box underscore length. Okay, just 1 second. Let me add this statement, control C, and down the box underscore length option. Down here, it will not be in the between. Fine. Okay, now it's okay. Box underscore length and comma, it would be box underscore height. Right, that is done. Now what I just need to do is that I would just come on to the next line, and here I would just add pygame dot display dot set underscore caption. Now I'm just going to use the set underscore caption variable, and I mentioned that what it is used for. It is used for setting up a caption, and in that I just want to represent as, let's say, snake game. Okay, this much only I just want it to be appearing on that screen as a caption. Right, this is done. Now it is over. Now basically come on to the next line. Now here what I will be just trying is that I would be enabling a timer, right? A timer. So as soon as the snake eats the food, just bring on the new food to that snake. So this will be the work of the timer that we are gonna apply here. Okay, so for that I will be making a variable that is timer. So timer is equal to, I would just add on here pygame dot time dot clock, and in the bracket. Okay, C would be capital for my clock because it is a function of the time module that we have imported above, right? So you got the idea that why I have actually imported my time module. right? Come on to the next line. Now, you were able to see that my snake was moving, right? And the size for the snake and the size for the food. So now we are just gonna set the size for the snake and size for the food and the timer for that, basically from how much speed the snake should move. Now we are just gonna set all these things, right? So for that, my variable is snake underscore block. Okay, that will be BLOCK. Right, and now I just want to give it a value as, let's say, 10. So my snake size and the food which we are getting for the snake, both will be of the 10 size. Okay, and now let's say the next thing which I just want to add here is snake speed. So snake underscore speed, and what should be the speed? So let's say I'm adding the speed as also 10. Let's see basically what happens. Okay, and when I will just run the program, let's see what we are just gonna get. Fine, that is okay. Now basically what do I need to do is that you had seen that basically I just need to add on some font, some size and all those things here. Why I need to do so? Because we are just gonna print, when I just run the program, you had seen that it was written enjoy the snake game, and after that it was that your total score is, and even in the just when my snake did not eat the food and it just ran out of the screen, in that case also it was written that you lost, you want to play again, press C, else quit, right? All these things were written. So for that, what I need to do is that I need to give a particular size, I need to give a particular font and all those things, right? So for that, now I'm just going to display make the variables. So my variable is display underscore style. Okay, display underscore style. Now what to add on to this? So I would just write here as, let's say, pygame dot font dot sys font. Whenever you just want to give a particular font, give a particular size, something to something into this Pygame library with the help of Pygame library. So we just use this sys font, sys font, right? It's a little bit different from the tkinter. Don't assume it as tkinter that it is same. Okay, it's a little bit different, right? So here I'd be using my Arial. And let's say size would be 30, and even I just want it at the bold also, so I just write here bold, right? So this is the display style that will come. Okay, I'm sorry. After that, basically I just want the font score. So, okay, so score for the font. So what I would just, again I would just use that pygame dot font dot, and that would be sys font. In the bracket I would again use that Arial. Okay, one single bracket, not double. I would just use on that Arial, and size, let's say I just want it to be here as 45. Okay, and now I just want it to be bold, right? These are all the like enhancements which I just want to be onto my screen that will appear. Fine, now it's over. Now what I need to do is that I need to set a score. As you were seeing that as soon as it was increasing, as soon as my snake was eating up the food, my score was increasing, right? That was increasing by 1. So now I just need to make a function for that and apply some things onto that function. So my function for my setting my score is basically, let's say I would give a name as the final underscore score. Okay, and in the bracket I would just pass as score, a parameter. Okay, we'll be defining this parameter afterwards. Right now I'm just passing on this parameter, right? Come on to the next line here. Now I would just make one variable that is, let's say, value, and in that I would just write score underscore font, the variable which we had made above, right? Score underscore font, and dot render. Now this render is a function that is used to apply this apply whatever the things we had written the score font onto the characters that I am going to write. Okay, let me again explain you this in a while. So I will just write here enjoy the enjoy the snake game, and I would just even add, let's say, this and your score, and your score is, right? Let's say this is the statement which I even want to print with that. Fine. So basically whatever the Arial 45 board, all the things are, now all of these enhancements will be applied to this particular statement that I have written. Okay, so for this basically the render function is actually used. Fine, so I would just add a plus sign here. Okay, just 1 second. Right now with this plus sign I would just write str, and in the bracket I would write the variable which I had used above, that is the score. Okay, and I would even pass here as true, and I would just want to give a color. Okay, so I would just pass it as color 2, right? Now, and according to this, you can just pass any of the color, whatever you just wish. So what I want is that I want that whatever it is written that enjoy the snake game, your score is this much. So all of that should come into the color number 2. And in color number 2, what we have defined, I guess we have defined a yellow color, right? So I just want all of these things to come into yellow color, right? Fine. Now I would just yeah, that is okay. And now I would just use that add underscore caption variable which we had made above, which was used for adding the captions dot blit, and in the bracket I would just use that value variable which we had made right now, comma, and here 0 comma 0, right? That will basically apply all of these things onto my screen, right? And the dimensions for that is 0 comma 0. All of that is done. So my setting score is actually done till now. Now what I just need to do is that I need to make my snake, right? I need to make my snake. I have given up the block that it must be of 10, right? Now I just need to define that snake. So now here I'll be using making a function for defining out my snake. So def, and that would be make underscore snake. Let's say that's the variable. Okay, and into the bracket I'll be passing here snake underscore block. Okay, and I will put a comma, and here I'll be passing list underscore snake. Okay, these are the variables that I'll be passing here. After this, I'll be applying a condition for x in list underscore snake. What to do? So here I'll be writing pygame dot. Now draw is a function that we'll be using for drawing that snake. Okay, pygame dot draw dot rect. Okay, this is also a function which is basically helpful in drawing. RECT is basically my rectangle. Okay, RECT is rectangle. Actually, the snake that you were able to see, that was of a rectangle, right? So because of that, I'm just simply passing here RECT, right? After that, add caption, and I would just give out a color also. So let's say the color I just want to give is color 3, and what I was just having to the color 3, let's say it was black, right? So my snake was of black color, right? After that, I would be giving some position, let's say x3, and sorry, let's say not x3, that was my color 3 is done. I would just put a bracket here, a large bracket. Now inside this large brackets, I would just give out some positions for my x, let's say x0 and x1. Okay, so this will basically mean that this should be the position of the snake, right? Comma, I'll be writing snake underscore block here. Okay, BLOCK, snake block. Okay, and after that I would be passing this parameter, that is snake underscore block, and I would be closing it. Right, this is done. And this is actually how we'll be making my snake. Okay, that is done. Come on to the next line, and let me just go back this side. Right, this is done. Now what I just need to do is that I need the message to be displayed. Okay, that message, the message which we had written, and that will be writing that I mentioned that as soon as the game is over, it will basically tell you that you lost, wanna quit or continue, right? Two options were there. So that message to be displayed onto my screen. So for that I would be making one function. Fine. So def, and that would be display underscore msg. Let's say this is the function name. Okay, and in the bracket I'll be passing two parameters, msg and color. Fine. These are two parameters. I'll be defining them inside the function as well. Right. Now m is double sg. This is my variable which I have made, and into that I'll be using that display underscore style which we had made above, and display style dot render. Again I just told you that it is basically used to write that thing. Okay, so message comma, and I will just pass the parameter here as true, and in that basically I will pass the parameter as color. Now basically this random the method function that we had used, which is render, it has basically many parameters. So first was that where to act upon, so I just wrote here message. After that it was that true or false. True means to act, or false means to not to act. So I just passed it as true, and after that basically there was a parameter that was color, so I just passed on that thing, right? So these are basically several parameters which are basically here inside the function. So I need to add all of the values to that, right? Okay, done. Now basically here what I have, I would be adding on this thing. This is okay. Now I'll be again using that add underscore caption which was used to add the caption, because in that only I had stored the message which I want here, right? So dot, and I would just use here blit. Inside the bracket, I would just use msst, the variable which we had made, and comma. Now where to display that message? Where to display that? So I am just not calculating any particular thing. I would be simply giving up the variable's name in which I have defined the length and height of my box and simply dividing it by some value. Okay, this will be more easier rather than giving 600 upon 9 or 900 upon 9 and some things like that. Okay. So I would be giving that box underscore length and I would just divide it by 6 so that whatever I'm just writing that comes to a particular position, right? I would just put one comma. Again, I would just use box underscore height and that will be divided by 3, right? So 6 divided by 6 and divided by 3. It will basically print all of the things at to a particular position where I just wanted the things to be printed, right? That is done. Okay, it is over. Now what I just this is done. Now I would just come again back and it's the time for my another function to come. Now this is my main function that will be working on to it. Fine. Now basically here the loop for my game start and the main function on which I'll be working on now whole of the things that starts here. Okay. So my function is def game underscore start and then the bracket. So from here basically the main idea of the whole program, whole project starts, right? So I'll be defining some variables onto the very starting. Game over is equal to false. First I will be defining a game over variable and declaring it as false. After that I'll be using game underscore close is equal to false. Okay, that will also be false here. Now, I would be giving some variable names here that would be basically helping me to find out some values. Okay. So, let's say my variable name is value underscore x1. Okay. Now, what it will basically I would do, I would store box underscore length divided by 2 onto this variable. Now, why I have done this thing that will be able to know in a little while. Okay. So, now I would again use that, which is value underscore and that will be y1. Okay, and in that case I'll be writing box underscore height and that will be divided by 2, right? These are the things which are just here. That is okay. And I'll be taking some more new variables. So let's say that is new underscore x1. So that will be actually my new values for x1 and y1. Some I have declared above, right? That is box underscore length by 2 and box underscore height by 2. These two I have declared above. Other than that, I have some new values as well. So new underscore x1, it will be 0. And new underscore y1. Let's say right now I'm just declaring this also as 0. Right? Now what I just do is that, come to the next line. And now you remember that we had taken one thing that is list underscore snake. This variable which we have taken in the function, right? Now I'm just going to declare this variable here. Okay? So that would be list underscore and snake, and for now I'll just keep it as empty only. I'll just not add anything here. For now I'll just keep it as empty, and after that I'm just going to define a length for the snake. So that is snake underscore length and that is 1 for me. Okay, fine. Now comes the main important things, that where to place the food. It is not that into the whole window, it is not that like into the whole window just place it outside the box or anywhere just place it. No, it's not the thing like that, right? We just want it in that particular box which we had made, which is of 900 cross 600. We just want it to inside that only. So for that I'll be making some variables here and I'll be giving some values so that whatever the food just come for the snake, that comes inside that box itself, right? So let me just come down here and start writing the things. So my variable that I'll be defining is food x underscore pos. That is my food x position, right? So into that I'll be just adding here as round. Okay, round. Now basically I'll be using my random variable because I just want the food to come anywhere inside that box, not outside, inside that box, right? So random dot, and I'll be using here rand range. Okay, so random dot rand range, and into the bracket I'll be giving some values. Let's say here it will be starting from 0, right? That is okay. Now till where to go? So you need to Google. Okay, just 1 second. How did this come down? Okay, box underscore length minus snake underscore block. Okay, box length and snake block. You need to subtract this and the value, and that food should come inside this value only. So okay, what we had just declared inside that snake underscore block. right? Snake block is 10, right? And basically what is the value? And box length, so box length is my 900, so 900 minus 10, and that is basically why I have just written here minus 10 minus snake underscore block, so that the food which just come, that does not overlaps the snake. If it overlaps, then basically how will be able to do the things, right? It will not be okay. So in that case only I have just subtracted that value, and now from that, from 0 till it is basically 890, from 0 till 890, these are the values. So between this, just point the food anywhere onto the whole window that is appearing, right? Hope you just got the whole idea that I'm trying to say. Okay, and now what to do is that divide it by 10.0, right? And after that it's multiplied by 10 as well, 10.0, right? So this is basically, I'm just writing the whole things to apply all of these things inside the box itself, right? So whatever the things come, just divide it by 10, and after that multiply it by 10. So after that I'll be writing food by underscore position, POS, and for that also I'm just giving out some same things, a little bit different only. So that would be round, and it would be random dot rand range, in the bracket it is 0 comma. Now instead of box length it would be box underscore height. Okay, box underscore height. And now just let me come this side. Okay, first of all let's do one thing, let's remove this 10, and afterwards when we run the program, then we'll be seeing that basically why to add it all. Okay, and I'll just write a minus, and that would be snake underscore block, minus snake underscore block, right? These are the things which are just written. Fine. So I have even defined the positions for the food as well. Now comes the most interesting part of my whole project, and that is basically I'll be adding my while condition here. While not and game underscore over, while not game underscore over. So basically game underscore over is storing false. So while not false, so this means while true. So I have written while not false indirectly, and directly if I just convert it, it directly says while true. Okay, just write anything, whatever you just wish. Fine. So inside this basically I'll be applying one more while condition, and that would be while game underscore close is equal to true. Okay, this is the condition which is applied here, that while game underscore close is equal to true. Not it is not is equal to, it is double equal to. Fine, my condition is applied, that if this game underscore close is equal to true, then what to do? Then basically first of all I'll be using that add caption dot fill. Okay, add caption dot fill, and here I'd be using my color underscore, okay, that is COLOUR underscore, and I see to see that where I have defined my red color. So red color has been defined in the 6th number. Okay, fine. So color underscore 6, right? If this condition satisfies, then what to do? Then just basically define that make the screen of my Pygame window to the red color, that is color underscore 6. Okay, and then what to print here? Okay, what we just need to print here? So that case I'll be using that display underscore message and message function. In this I'll be writing that you lost. I will be adding wanna play again. Press C, else press Q. Okay, if you just want to play again, just press C. Otherwise, press Q. And okay, I'm just giving it one color as well. Let me just go again back to that particular place. Okay, and I would just give here as, let's say, color underscore 4. Okay, I just take some randomly color from all the color values. I just do not know that what it is here. I had just taken that. Fine, that is okay. After that, I will be taking that final underscore variable which we have defined, function, and into that basically I will be writing snake underscore len minus 1. Okay, and inside after this I will be writing that pygame dot display dot update. So basically what I have just written here, just update all of those things. Okay, just one second. Right, so I have just written that thing. Now just come on to the next line, and basically now here I'll be defining some for loop. Okay, so as to give more function onto my program. Right, So now my this for loop starts here and it says for, let's say event is a variable which I'm just making on my own, right? As we just write for I in range, in that same case I'm just writing event. Okay. So for event in Pygame dot event dot get. Okay, this is a loop which I okay, just one second, this is a loop which I am applying. So come inside this, and if event dot type, okay, if event dot type is equally, okay, just one second, just remove it. Okay, if event dot type is equal to pygame dot pygame dot, that is key down, pygame dot key, okay, that is down. Okay, if event dot type is equal to key down, then what to apply next condition, that if event dot key is equal to pygame dot capital K and small q. Now what I'm just writing here, it actually means that if the player, the user which is playing, if that person has pressed the q button, q means to quit the game, that I mentioned previously, right? That is basically used for quitting the game. If you just want to quit the game, then you need to press that q button, q alphabet onto your keyboard, right? So if this is the thing, that if this q character has been pressed, then game underscore over. Now then basically what will happen, then game over will be true. So basically at that place my game will be over, right? And what to do is that I need to close out the game. So game underscore close is equal to false. Okay, false, right? That is that. And if this is not the case, if the user has pressed C, okay, C was to continue and Q was to quit. So if event dot K is equal to pygame dot K underscore C, okay, if K underscore C, then what to do, then basically here again start that again call that function, that is game underscore start. So it will again start playing the game, right? So these were the two conditions which I just mentioned in the starting also, that we'll be following. Fine, that is done. Now I'll be coming out of my first while loop, my first while loop. Yes, so here we have just come out of that loop, and let's now define up the all the keys which will basically controlling my game, up key, down key, left key and right key. Okay, now let's define that. So for event in pygame dot event dot get, this is basically for using the n keys of your keyboard. This line are, and these things that I'm writing, that are actually used for using the keys of your keyboard. If event in pygame dot event dot get, so if the condition is that if event, okay, that is if event dot type, okay, dot, just one second, if event dot type is equal to pygame dot quit, okay, then basically what to do, that we have even written, I'll just repeat that, then game underscore over is equal to true. Okay, then in that case basically my game over will be true, so my game would be finished at that place, right? Now second condition, that if event dot type is equal to pygame dot key down. Okay, if this is the condition that is coming here, that if event dot type is equal to pygame dot key down, and if basically if dot event dot key is equal to pygame dot k underscore left, if the user has, it means to say that if the user has used the left key, then what to do, then I would be adding that new underscore x1 variable. Remember we had declared above, right? So we'll be using that now here. So new underscore x1 is equal to minus snake underscore block, block. Now please just make sure here to follow the number line that we actually have. So on the number line, what we have on the left hand side, we have the negative values, and on the right hand side we have the positive, right? So because of that only we are just using the left key here. So because of that only I have just used out the minus sign here. Please make sure to understand this concept very clearly, because this is the main concept which plays a role here, that like controlling your keyboard keys with the Pygame library. Okay, fine. And what to do for the new underscore y1? So just initialize that as 0. Okay, for now we just do not want that. Fine. Now left one is done. If condition is done. Now about the elif. Now elif event, that is event dot key, is equal to pygame dot k underscore right. If the user has put on the right one, then what to do? Then just have a look that new underscore x1. Now I would just not put the negative sign here, because on the right axis we have the, on the right side we have the positive values according to the number line, right? So that is actually following here. So I would simply write here snake underscore block, right? That is done. Okay, just have a look again that in this what I'm just actually again saying here, right? So it is basically just let me come down here, and snake underscore block is basically containing the length of my snake. Okay, just make sure to keep that thing in mind. Fine. So snake a block, and just one second, let me align it so that I can able to write. Fine. And what to do for the new underscore y1? So again just initialize it as 0. Right. Now about the up and the down ones. So I would again add here elif condition. Elif event dot key is equal to pygame dot k underscore up. Okay, if up is the key, then new underscore y1 is equal to, and in that case, now you also know that according to the number line, on the above of the like when we just draw a line on the above of that line, that is on the upside we have the negative values, and on downside we have this positive value. This is the like thing which applies, right? So I'll be adding that thing here. So that is minus snake underscore block. Okay, and for x I would be now giving it as new underscore x1 is equal to 0, right? And the same thing will apply for the down one as well. So I will just come down here, and even here I will just write that elif condition. Okay, just let me give elif, and elif I would just add here event dot key is equal to pygame dot down. Okay, sorry, pygame dot, and that is capital K underscore, and that will be down, right? Put the colon and come on to the next line, and that would be new underscore y1 is equal to, and that would be snake underscore block, right? And it would be new underscore x1 value would be equal to 0, right? So I have now defined all of my conditions which I just need to apply here, right? Now just let me quickly check out my alignment and come back to the sum lines. Okay, now I'll be coming okay here. Let me see where to come out. So for outside the for loop, okay, outside the for loop, now I'll be coming basically, and now let's write out the further of the things. So here I'll be applying my some conditions. Okay, basically when to close my game, when not to close, and all that things. So if value underscore okay, just one second, if value underscore x1 is greater than equal to box length, okay, if this is condition, or basically if value underscore x1 is less than 0, or basically if value underscore y1 is greater than equal to box underscore height. Okay, that is not length, that is box underscore height. Or my next condition is that, or value underscore y1 is less than 0. If any of the conditions is satisfied from here, then what to do? Then write here game underscore close is equal to true. So that will basically close out my game. Right? If any of the conditions which I have written, basically if these conditions are not met, then what to do? Then do this thing. Now what I'll be just doing here is that I will be defining some other things. So come back side, and now value underscore x1, the variable which we have taken previously, is equal to, and here I'll be adding value underscore x1 plus, and that would be new underscore x1. So basically the values are now updating here. Okay, values are being updated. So for x1 it is done. Same procedure will apply for the y1. So that would be value underscore y1 plus new underscore y1. Right? These are the procedure which is applied. Now, what to fill up the color in the caption? So that is add underscore caption dot fill. And in the bracket, I'll be adding here as color underscore 6. Right? That is done. Now, basically, what I just need to do is that I need to draw out the rectangle, give the color for the rectangle as well, right? That is my position for the food. So, in that case, I'll be adding pygame dot draw dot rect rectangle. In bracket, it will be add underscore caption, comma, what will be the color? So, it will be color underscore 5, right? And now, at what position should it be? So, it should follow out the position for food and food X position, comma, it should follow the food Y position, comma, it should be inside the snake block. It should basically be in that case only, and the second one would be snake underscore block as well, right? So these are the parameters which are basically passed on to make my rectangle. That is done. And now I'll be making a variable that is snake underscore head. Okay, and I will just for now just keep it as empty. No, nothing I would just add here. Now what to add? As I have mentioned that as soon as the snake will eat out the food, it will increase, right? The size of that snake will automatically increase. So now I want to do that thing. So that would be done with the help of this snake underscore head dot. I'll be using my append function here, append, and in that value underscore that would be x1, right? Same will be for the y1 also. So snake underscore head dot append, and in the bracket it would be value underscore y1, right? These are the values which I just mentioned here. Now what to do here is that I would be adding that lst okay, that is lst underscore snake. That's okay, list snake, fine. So list snake dot append, and in the bracket I would be writing snake underscore head. So it will basically append all of the values to the head, and it will basically start increasing, right? Now my condition comes here that if len of my list of snake, list underscore snake, if this length is basically greater than the snake underscore length, then what to do? Then I need to delete the list underscore snake and add the position as 0. I just need to delete that. If this condition satisfies, then follow out this condition, right? That is completed here. Now just come down again. Okay, just let me put out this bracket at the particular position. Right, now what I need to do is that I need to apply a condition. Now for x in, I would just write here list underscore snake. For x in list underscore snake, and now I'm just trying to write here you can just call it as reverse. Okay, so for x in list, one second. For x in list underscore snake colon -1. So if x is equal to snake underscore head, if basically the value is like this, so what to do? Then game underscore close is equal to true. So basically, if the value for the snake is not increasing, that means if my game has been quitted, that means that my snake has not eaten any food, and basically I have lost my game. So in that case, just close out my game. So for that, I just use game underscore close, right? Now just come out here, and outside the for loop here I'll be defining that pygame once again, pygame dot display dot update. So whatever I just written till now, update all of that things, right? Now basically we are at the end of the whole program, our whole program that we are making. So now my last condition that I'm just going to apply is that if value, okay, just one second. So if value underscore x1 is equal to food x underscore position, if value of x1 and food underscore position are equal, and if this is not the condition, then other condition is that, and if value underscore y1 is equal to food underscore y position, if this condition actually satisfies, then what to do? So in that case, basically food x position will be, now just round out that position. I'm just using here that round, and in the bracket I would just use that random dot rand range, random dot rand range, and in the bracket I would just write out here the same procedure which I had used previously, the same concept. That would be box underscore len minus, and it would be snake underscore block. Okay, that would be block like this, right? So box underscore length minus a snake underscore block. That will actually apply here. This is if this is the condition. And same thing for food y underscore position, and that would be round. In bracket it would be random dot, and that would be rand range. In the bracket is 0 comma, it would be box underscore height minus, and it would be snake underscore block, right? This is the condition which will actually be satisfied here. So if this condition is done, then what to do? And then to increase the length of the snake. So snake underscore length is equal to snake underscore length plus 1, right? So let's increase out the thing. And after that, okay, just let me come back to the proper alignment here. Right now, after coming out of my if condition, I'll be applying that timer which we had used above. That was actually taking the time, right? So timer dot tick is basically a function in the time module, right? So timer dot tick, and that would be snake underscore speed, like this, right? And after that, just come out here and write down here pygame dot quit, and in the bracket just write here, and after that pygame dot quit, and at last just write here the quit function. So quit the brackets. Okay, just one second, the bracket here, and at last simply come out of all the functions and all of the thing, and simply now just call your function, that is game underscore start, inside which we have written all of these things right now. Just let me go and show you. Right, so this game underscore start function which we have written everything till now inside this function, right? So now I would just try to run out my program here once, and let's see basically, right, this is the window that is actually appearing, fine, and this is the red window which is coming. Okay, now basically my keys are actually not working here. Okay, just one second, let me just quickly do shift plus q, and that is basically quitted, right? I would just close out now here, and I would just again try to run this program once. So okay, this is my actually okay, fine. Now I just need to tell you that what are the things that we haven't done. So you remember I was writing that 10 multiplied by 10 and divide by 10. Now this is that thing only which we need to apply here. Okay, that I was mentioning that we need to add on to this particular place. So let me just come at this particular point, and yes, here we were, right? Okay, let me just check out the let me just tell you that what to add here and what not to add here, fine. So first let's do it for the last one which you were actually okay, just here. So this was block. So now I just need to divide it by 10.10. That is basically giving me some particular positions to add on here actually. Okay. This bracket will actually close out here. One bracket will be removed from here, divided by 10. And it would even be actually multiplied by 10.0. Right. And the same would be applied here as well. So this will be divided by 10.0. The bracket would be closed. And now it will be multiplied by 10.0. It will basically, as I mentioned, that it will basically help me to give some values, give a particular position, so as to stay inside that position itself. Right, that is the reason I did not mention this thing in the starting, so as to I want to show you that what will actually happen from here. So here also I will be adding that same thing. So it would be dividing by 10.0, and then after that multiplying by 10.0, and same procedure applies here, dividing it by 10.0, and after that multiplying it by 10.0, right? This is the procedure. Again I would just try to run my program once again here. Okay, so now basically I hope it will start running from here. Okay, so it is showing me that enjoy the snake game, your score is 0. Okay, so okay, just let me quickly press out the Q button. So it is basically now quitting out from here. Now let's check out that what error actually we had made so as to solve out that error. Let me check that out here itself, right? And where are my keys? My keys are actually acting here, right here. It's okay. So what to add here is that event. So basically it is not moving in the up and down directions. So okay, where I just use this update function, let me just write out. Okay, I just need to write out some statement, or even I just need to write that. Just give me one second. Make underscore snake Right, make underscore snake, and into this I would be choosing that snake block, because I have just declared all of these things, but I haven't declared it outside my while loop. Okay, that is the reason that why it is just giving me some error. It is right on that things. So snake block, and I would just add here lst underscore snake, right? And the statement I would be adding that final underscore score, and that would be snake length -1. This thing I have just forgotten to add on, and now I will just run my program once again. And yes, here we have it is saying me enjoy the snake game. Your score is right now 0. This black is my snake, and this green is my food for that snake, right? You all know this thing. So let's start running it with the help of the keys, and here I am just playing out my game. So here I just missed the food because I'm not too much good in playing this game. Actually, I'm very bad, I must say. Okay, come here again, come down. So the number of times you just want to run it, you can just run it. See, I just missed that thing, so now it's just saying me that you lost. Your score is 2, you lost. Wanna play again? Press C, else press Q. Now let me show you that C once again. So I would just do Control plus C. So that is again started here. So just look at above. That above is my food here. And yes, now I would just again come down here. I would just again go and eat out my food. Okay, this here. And yes, let me just move it like this only, right? And here now it is saying me that you lost, wanna play again, press C, else Q. Now if you just press Q, so basically my program has been exited from here, right? So I hope I made this thing, make this project very clear to you. Even you enjoyed making this project, this was a nice one, right? And even we just added many features onto this. So you can just change the color, change the size, increase the speed, and minimal functions you can just do on your own, right? So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.